So, welcome everybody. I am Francesco Foschetti. I'm a director of products at Forto. For the one of you who don't know, Forto is a digital freight forwarder operating in more than 100 countries, globally speaking, and we operate using all modes, so sea, rail, and air. And today I just want to have a little bit of a discussion with you and explain you why I'm saying what I am saying on that slide, right? Why do I think freight forwarding is really not ready for AI? So let's do a little bit of an exercise first, and let's imagine a second some key traditional industries. If we plot them on a digital maturity axis, could look something like this, right? When it comes to adopting tech, you would have financial services as an industry always first of the class, right? Think about like the digitalization happened probably 15 years ago. I'm pretty sure none of you goes to the bank anymore to do any payments, right? That's just a simple example, but think about all the machine learning that I have put in place also when it comes to use cases or for detection, for example, right? So financial services always been top of the class there when it comes to adopting new tech at scale. Retail, probably the second industry, right? I'm dropping a name out there, Amazon, right? Completely changed the way we purchase, right? They know what we need, at what time we need it, right? And we buy actually thanks as well to the recommendations that are always more and more precise. Manufacturing. Manufacturing has been another very interesting industry when it comes to adopting new tech. And I think they've been really skilled in balancing hardware and software. Think about all the robotics, the sensors that are powered by machine learning models. And so they're able to adapt actually the production lines almost real time. So other industry, really good examples of good tech applied at scale. And then there's freight forwarding, right? And freight forwarding has been struggling quite a bit. And this is also due to chronic reasons, right? Chronic problems of the industry itself. So think about how many players are around the chain of value. Think about how many dysregulated and fragmented systems are in place. That means a lot of data, a lot of bad data, data that doesn't talk to each other. It's very difficult to scale tech in an industry like this. And there are reasons for that. And there are things that actually the freight forwarder industry really has to put in place to catch up with the other industries that we saw before. These are the main reasons, in our opinion. So a change of mindset first, changing the culture, right? Very often, if you think about like the challenges as well the technology is putting in place, have been considering the freight forwarding industry more of as a danger, like as something that is not really an opportunity. That has to change completely. Tech has to be there, embedded actually in every decision that we should take in this industry. And that also has to be enabled by employing experts, right? It's a very important industry. It's very traditional. Often technology is seen as IT services. That's got to change. And we need to have a leading tech organization. The changes in the industry needs to be tech-led. And finally, investing in data, right? Investing in data is key. And freight forwarding companies need really to invest in the infrastructure to ensure that they have really good data frameworks. Now, wait a minute. I said at the beginning that we are a freight forwarder as well. So why am I here, right? So first of all, if you're asking yourself that, so that's great. It means that you're listening to me, right? You listen and you heard that we're actually a freight forwarder, so well done. But then if you're thinking that, you're completely right. Why are we here? And there is a reason why we're here. We are a digital freight forwarder. So we were born digitally first, right? We were born basically with this purpose, to make shipping products as easy as sending an email. Think about sending an email, right? You don't have to care about anything. The email will just receive the recipient and you're done. A lot of stuff happens behind the scenes, right? There are servers, there are processes, there are workflows behind it. This is what we're trying to do with tech. We try to extract the complexity of the industry that I mentioned before from our customers. And we can do that because we have the right ingredients. First of all, we start from the problems of the customers. As I said, the freight forwarding industry is a traditional industry. There are good processes and good ways of approaching the problems, right, for a reason. but we do it differently. We talk with our customers and we don't apply a way of doing things to all problems. Like we talk with our customers and we understand what is the right solution for them actually to fulfill their services, and then we make it happen. The second point is our organization is a little bit different, right? We're not just traditional freight forwarders. We are freight forwarders with deep industry expertise, but with tech next to it. So we have a global technical team of more than 100 resources across the globe, all disciplines from engineering, data science. And so this blend of capabilities is what is putting us actually in a different approach. And finally, we never compromise on data. So data has always been the first thing that we have invested since day one. And this has been a journey, right? So we started in 2016. The first thing that we did was not adopting other technologies of third-party providers. We built our own tech from the ground. We built our transport management system. We built our platform, customer platform. What that means is that we own our workflows. We own our data. We can curate it and we can keep the quality of our data at the highest level. As we moved towards the years, then we started realizing, thanks to our data frameworks, data quality frameworks, that our data was good. So we started making a sense out of data, different applications, different business scenarios, right? We started leveraging the data, for example, to predicting volumes. We started leveraging our data to understand customer satisfaction predictions. We started leveraging our data as well to start sending advanced notification to our customers through our customer platform or potential deviations on a shipment and mitigation actions that we're putting in place. So this is where actually we started our AI journey. And that actually culminated in this area here, which is the area where we have AI solutions actually at scale. And some of them I would like to introduce them to you today. The first one is Flash by Forto. Flash by Forto is the first transport management agent in the freight forwarding industry. And what that means is that it's a collection of agents that are taking care of the whole shipment handling, right? From interpreting an email of a customer, is able to understand that there is a booking request there, extracting the information, planning the right vessel or the right optimal route as well, all the way down to invoicing reconciliation. This agent is always next to our operation managers and guiding them and recommending them on the right thing to do at the right time. Not only recommendation, it also automates autonomously some of the tasks that they have to perform so that they can actually free up their time and deliver better customer service to our customer groups. And this is not a proof of concept. This is live. This is something that we're using already. So 50% of the bookings requests, for example, that we're having in our export business are completely happening under the hood thanks to Flash. 65% of the volume on our export business is completely guided by our agents, AI agents. More than 90% of decision accuracy. What that means is that Flash understands the data and recommends always the right thing to do for our operation managers. And as I mentioned, Flash is a collection of agents. One of the components of it, right, one of the agents of it is FlashDoc. And the job of this agent is actually completely solving the document handling processing, right? From the moment an email hits an email inbox, right? These agents are able to identify the document type that is actually in every communication channel, for example, email I was mentioning, is able then to extract the information of that document with the highest level of accuracy, validate the quality of that data before that data gets transferred in every IT system of choice, right? And this is process end-to-end, is properly workflow automation, and is enabling us, again, to keep control of the data quality in our system so that also our customer receive the best value of it. And again, this is not proof of concept. This is up and running. 50% of, on average, is what we believe actually we're already realizing in terms of time savings. That's a lot of time that our operation managers don't have to spend anymore on manual tasks. We have an increase in 20% of efficiency by operator, thanks to just FlashDoc. This will be compounded actually on the top of the other agents, Flash, as I was mentioning before. 95% of data accuracy across all logistic documentation. And when I say all, I mean from the simplest booking confirmation to the most complex collective invoice from China, FlashDoc can handle that. So I hope I gave you a little bit of context of why freight forwarding is a little bit behind, why we're different, and why we're able to produce technologies like the one you saw. But ultimately, all these technologies, what does it mean? It puts us in the situation really to deliver much, much superior service to our customers within that. And yes, I will open up the questions at the end. And this is the reason why, actually, this is the reason why we invest in so deeply in AI, right? Ultimately, what we want to make sure is that our operations deliver great value for our customers, thanks to the technology that we have deployed. So once again, this is the end. I'm Francesco Foschetti. We have also a desk down there. If you want to know about our services a little bit more, and even our technologies, feel free actually to come and see us. I'll be happy to talk more in depth on that. And I believe we might have a little bit of time for questions. Yeah? Okay, so we're gonna start from you. You wanna?
How do you manage to handle space issues you can have with ocean carrier or airlines with AI?
That's a good question. I hope you all heard, right? So how do we handle situations where there are challenges with the space, right? With the carriers, which could be an airline or a shipping company, for example, right? So I mentioned before Flash, right? Flash, I was mentioning, it's designed to have multiple agents working at the same time. Every AI agent has its own job. One of the agents is the planner, right? And what that agent does is checking a series of data sources. For example, make a sense of those data sources, and if we have a reply from a carrier, for example, saying, hey, it's not the vessel anymore, right? It might be this other vessel, replans, right? It interprets the information and replans, giving recommendation to the operator of what would be the next best option.
It's done with the online platform from the ocean carrier?
No, the recommendation is actually built in our transport management system, and the data is taken by integrations, right? Or
yeah, but the back and forth, the back and forth with the ocean carrier, how it is done?
The back and forth is done through integrations in terms of the booking you're talking about. Yeah. So the replanning, exactly, the replanning gives information about what is the next best option. And then thanks to integrations, we can actually then, our operation managers would understand what is the best recommended options, deciding it actually if the agent first option is the right one that we want to go for. Actually, the engine also gives explanations of why it believes that would be the next options, for example, the next vessel, the next carrier. And then there will be an integration that would help actually. That's not done by the AI. That's a normal integration that would actually place a private booking, of the top of which there will be a confirmation. And then if the confirmation is positive this time, it's done. If something else is received, then there will be another replanning, right? That's the same for intermodal planning. The concept of cycle is the same. Any other question? You sure? It's interesting stuff, huh? We're giving also demos, by the way. We have a booth, so we can show this thing in action, right? This is why we're not doing a demo here, because we do it on a daily basis. As I said, I'm there. Like, there is a Forto desk. I'm happy to go deeper. I'm happy to show you things if you want to drill down. Last chance, any other question? This is a big group. We can have a little bit of fun. No? Yeah. All right, then. Then thanks a lot for your time. I'll be happy to follow up with you. Thank you.